Christmas time in Jamaica. For me, that was everything. It wasn't just a holiday. It was a feeling, a warmth that settled deep in your bones and stayed there long after the last piece of sorrel cake was gone. Growing up as a boy in my small town, Christmas was my time. It was the season when the world seemed to slow down just enough for us to truly see each other, to connect, and to remember what mattered most: family. The air itself felt different, thick with the scent of pine, baking spices, and the faint, sweet smell of the sea breeze, carrying whispers of joy from one house to the next. I remember the mornings, waking up not to the sound of an alarm clock, but to the gentle hum of my mother in the kitchen. The symphony of Christmas had already begun, the rhythmic chop of vegetables for the Christmas dinner, the clatter of pots and pans, and the rich aroma of the fruitcake soaking in rum and wine for weeks, finally being baked to perfection. These weren't just chores, they were rituals, acts of love passed down through generations. My father would be outside, tending to the garden or sharing a laugh with a neighbor over the fence. The whole community buzzed with a quiet, shared anticipation. It was a time when doors were never truly closed, and a plate of food was always ready for anyone who might stop by. Our house was the heart of it all. It wasn't grand, but during Christmas it transformed into a palace of warmth and light. We didn't have much in the way of fancy decorations, but what we had was filled with meaning. Ornaments my siblings and I had made in school, strings of colorful lights my father painstakingly untangled every year, and the scent of freshly polished wood floors. My job was often to help my grandmother stir the giant pot of sorrel, its deep crimson color a vibrant promise of the celebrations to come. She would tell me stories as we stirred, tales of her own Christmases as a girl, weaving a thread of connection that stretched back through time. It was in those simple moments, stirring a pot and listening to her voice, that I learned the true meaning of heritage. The pinnacle of the season was Christmas Day itself. The grand market on Christmas Eve was a kaleidoscope of sound and color, a final joyful rush before the quiet peace of Christmas morning. But the day itself was for family. Aunts, uncles, and cousins would descend upon our home, their arms laden with food, their faces bright with smiles. The house would overflow with laughter, with the sounds of reggae and carols playing from an old radio, and with the joyful chaos of children running underfoot. We would gather around the dinner table, a long, extended family, and my grandfather would say a prayer. He would give thanks not for material things, but for the gift of each other, for health, and for the love that bound us together. Looking back, I realized that the magic of a Jamaican Christmas wasn't in the gifts under the tree. It was in the shared experiences, the collective effort, the feeling of belonging to something greater than myself. It was in the taste of my mother's cooking, the sound of my father's laughter, the wisdom in my grandmother's stories. Those memories are the foundation upon which I've built my life. They taught me that joy isn't something you buy, it's something you create together. It's a lesson that has guided me through every challenge and every triumph. The spirit of that little boy in Jamaica, eagerly awaiting the arrival of his family, lives on inside me. It reminds me that no matter where life takes you, the greatest gift you can ever have is the love of family and the warmth of coming home. That, for me, will always be the true spirit of Christmas. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the stories that have shaped our world. We'll see you in the next one.